Urban says, how do you react when people recognize you? Do they rush up to you? Are they a little nervous around you? Or do you get a combination, a little bit of everything of that?
Most people are polite.
Nice.
Even those who standing in line at TSA.
Yeah.
And I'm talking, to my beloved, and some guy from behind in an accent will say, excuse me, are you really Israeli? And I say, what? He goes, you're Avi, right?
Yeah.
Are you Avi? And I said, yeah. And he goes, are you Israeli for real? And I said, no, man, I've been there.
Yeah.
And I listen, and I know a bunch of LA Israelis. And so that's me. I just cop that.
Yeah.
And it, again, through the years, the craziest ones are really the Scarface ones. Some of them are not that polite.
Yeah.
They're just like, wow, like, wow, right on top of me, or they get really physical.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Yeah, grabbing my arm, they're saying, Manolo.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Or they'll come up, or they'll run up on me, like having dinner in a restaurant, and go, sorry, excuse me, sorry, everybody, sorry. Oh, you're Manolo, aren't you?
Yeah.
And then the worst is when they go, Manolo, can you just do me a favor? And can you do your tongue thing for my girlfriend?
Oh, Jesus.
For your girlfriend? That's not really appropriate.
No. And in fact, if I need to do it, you're not doing it proper.
No.
Exactly. And I know what he means there as well too, without getting too graphic there. But exactly, and that's the thing. When I meet celebrities in person, I'm like, a lot of times I'm like, oh, I would love to go say hi, but no. And someone will say, go say hi. I'm like, no, they're either with their kids or whatever, and they can maybe wave or something like that. And then maybe if the celebrity says, come here for a second, then I'll approach them. But I really respect people's privacy, and especially during dinner, you don't do that.
You have to. Listen, Eric, when I came to Hollywood, I was a young actor, and I was starting out. And when I saw people that I admired, I mean, I would tiptoe up to them. Maybe I might just choose to go, no, I don't think, no, I don't.
Yeah, chicken out.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But when I was young, when I was 21 years old, I was here in LA, and somebody invited me to first row seats to see a play called First Monday in October, and it starred Henry Fonda.
Oh wow, absolutely amazing! Golden Pond.
I was such a fan. I mean, I loved him from afar, right? And there I was watching him on stage, and he was older, and he was not Henry Fonda from the movies, except on Golden Pond.
Brilliant.
Where he plays, he's older. But this is about the same time. And I'm watching him through the play, and it's a matinee. So it's at the Huntington Hartford, which is now renamed the Henry Fonda Theater.
Isn't that beautiful? Wow, you're there front row. And
I'm front row, and I go off and I leave when the thing's over, the show's over, and I go, and I'm thinking, where's backstage? I've got to say something to him. I've got to say something. So I go, they say, well, that's the stage door. And there's a few older ladies and stuff there. And an older man walks out. He's a little guy. He's old. And he opens the door and he goes, yeah. And I go, is it possible to see Mr. Fonda? And he goes, hang on a sec. Closes the door. He goes back inside. Comes back out and he goes, all right, come on in. And I walk in, and it's his dressing room right there. And he's washing his hands on his face, and he's used his towel, and he turns to me, and he was taller than me. And I'm 6'2".
Ooh, I didn't realize he was that tall.
He turned to me, and he goes, yeah. I said,
you couldn't find the words.
I'm an actor, and I love you. And he said, "Well, thank you. Thank you." He goes, "What are you doing now?" And I said, I'm studying. He goes, "Keep studying." I go, "God, you're everything." And he said, "Thank you. Thank you." And he was so humble, so humble. Years later, I would get to know his son, Peter, before he passed.
Isn't that amazing? And that's something we can put into
My
perspective.
stories,
No,
my story about Hollywood. I mean, I came from Cuba to Miami, and from the University of Miami, I jumped to Hollywood.